Hello, and welcome to a very special New Year's Eve episode of Prose. For this special, we'll be experiencing 5 poems that all have different takes on the new year. So sit back and let's enjoy some poetry together to ring out 2019 and ring in 2020. First up is Burning the Old Year by Naomi Shihab Nye. Letters swallow themselves in seconds. Notes friends tied to the doorknob, transparent scarlet paper, sizzle like moth wings, marry the air. So much of any year is flammable. Lists of vegetables, partial poems. Orange swirling flame of days, so little is a stone. Where there was something and suddenly isn't. An absence shouts, celebrates, leaves a space. I begin again with the smallest numbers. Quick dance, shuffle of losses and leaves. Only the things I didn't do crackle after the blazing dies. New Year by Bei Dao. Translated by David Hinton. A child carrying flowers walks toward the new year. A conductor tattooing darkness listens to the shortest pause. Hurry a lion into the cage of music. Hurry stone to masquerade as a recluse moving in parallel nights. Who's the visitor? When the days all tip from nests and fly down roads, the book of failure grows boundless and deep. Each and every moment's a shortcut. I follow it through the meaning of the east, returning home, closing death's door. Year's End by Richard Wilbur. Now winter downs the dying of the year, and night is all a settlement of snow. From the soft street, the rooms of houses show a gathered light, a shapen atmosphere like frozen over lakes whose ice is thin and still allows some stirring down within. I've known the wind by water banks to shake the late leaves down, which frozen where they fell and held in ice as dancers in a spell fluttered all winter long into a lake. Graved on the darkened gestures of decent, they seemed their own most perfect monument. There was perfection in the death of ferns, which laid their fragile cheeks against the stone a million years. Great mammoths overthrown composedly have made their long sojourns like palaces of patience in the gray and changeless lands of ice. And at Pompeii the little dog lay curled and did not rise, but slept the deeper as the ashes rose and found the people incomplete, and froze the random hands, the loose, unready eyes of men, expecting yet another sun to do the shapely thing they had not done. These sudden ends of time must give us pause. We fray into the future, rarely wrought save in the tapestry of afterthought. More time, more time. Barrages of applause come muffled from a buried radio. The New Year bells are wrangling with the snow. On New Year's Eve by Eveisode. We make midnight a maquette of the year, frostlight glinting off snow to solemnize the vows we offer to ourselves in near silence. The competition, shimmer-wise, of champagne and chandeliers to attract laughter and cheers. The glow from the fireplace reflecting the burning intra-red pact between beloveds. We cause it the space of a fey hour, anxious gods molding our hoped-for atoms with this temporal clay. Each of us audacious for shining or rash enough to think sacrifice will stay this fugacious time. While stillness suspends fatality and balance as passions struggle with passions for sway, the mind wends towards what's to come, a callithump of fashions. Ersatz smiles crowded days. A bloodless cut that severs soul from bone. A long aching quiet in which we will hear nothing but the clean crack of our promises breaking. And lastly, for this special, To the New Year by W.S. Merwin. With what stillness at last you appear in the valley, your first sunlight reaching down to touch the tips of a few high leaves that do not stir, as though they had not noticed and did not know you at all. Then the voice of a dove calls from far away in itself to the hush of the morning. So this is the sound of you, here and now, whether or not anyone hears it. This is where we have come with our age, our knowledge such as it is, and our hopes such as they are, invisible before us, untouched, and still possible. That does it this year for Prose. Thank you for joining me in 2019, and for those that have been around for a while, thank you for joining me these past 2 or more years. I hope you have a wonderful time saying farewell to 2019, and an even better one saying hello to 2020. I always sign off the same way, but it seems even more important as we enter the new year. Love those around you. Tell them that you do. And embrace this life, as it is always stranger than any fiction. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next year.